The Hell Fucking Yeah podcast.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, all right. Good.
Where are you?
Good. None
Where
of
are
your
you?
business.
I was expecting you to be home.
I was going to be home, but I didn't like it at home right now.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I'm at work all day, and I'm like, I don't want to be in the house. So I'm outside. I'm at
Makes
some
sense.
Starbucks. They made a nice outside space, and I said, you know what? Let me try and use their Wi-Fi, and their Wi-Fi didn't hook up, so that's what happened.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah. So sorry for the delay, young man.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah. All
Um,
right.
we're definitely going to be getting into Starbucks. You're always at that fucking place. I have a whole fucking thing written out about Starbucks.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh man, I know I shouldn't be outside, but you know what? I thought it was a nice outside spot, so I gave them a compliment. I gave them a compliment. They gave me free drinks, so can't lose.
There you go. I like it, man. Sometimes people are in their car. Sometimes people are like in the middle of the woods. You never know what's going to happen here, man. I love it.
Oh yeah, why you got guys that do podcasts from weird spots with you?
Yeah. Right. One guy was like a runner, like a marathon runner, and he was fucking in the middle of a park in Philadelphia. It was fucking great.
That is good stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We like to keep it moving and grooving.
So yeah, man, I've known you my whole life, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, yeah.
George
I was
Gallo.
even there. I was even there when you were conceived.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was in the window on the second floor, looking in.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, people listening out there who do not know George Gallo. He's a comedian, family man, hard worker, and a fucking maniac.
Yeah, those are good credits. Those are good credits.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, those are good credits. Yeah.
So I saw you about a month ago doing some stand-up. Yeah. Dude, you're crazy. You are crazy.
You know what? I don't think I'm too crazy. I think I'm assertive and I'm a little convicting. I like being convicting on the stage. And I don't think there's any in the time and culture that we're in. I don't think there's any time to second guess yourself. Otherwise, it's like being in a really bad marriage, you know, where the woman tells you what to do constantly. I don't like that shit.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
No, I get it, man. Listen, you know, there was like 5 comedians on before you, and they were all great. But there's something about, you know, the way you fucking present yourself on stage, not only verbally but physically. You're like 20 different people up there.
Yeah, huh?
It's really entertaining to watch, man. Like the place we were at, that whole place was talking the entire time, and honestly, I find that really fucking rude.
It is.
However, and I understand it was a different kind of scenario. It's a restaurant, you know what I mean? So people are gonna talk. They're on dates, whatever. But when you came on, man, it's the talking stopped. I mean, it was filled with laughter and like shock.
The chit chat. You got to command a room sometimes. If you got something to offer, and it's real and it's convicting and it's entertaining, because that's why I'm all those different people up there, because I'm hitting different frequencies to get their attention. And I'm all these different personalities, whether you're an irritating bitch or a loudmouth dumb guy, I'm all those people. So at one point, they're going to be able to relate to that guy. And when you work the bars like I have over the past 11, 12 years, you really know how to shift gears. You got to take charge of a room, you know? And, you know, I'm not really a filthy act.
No.
You know? No. It's just,
I mean, I wouldn't bring the kids, but...
No, the kids would like it. You know what I mean? I'm very sensitive to the children, but at the same time, I mean, you grew up in a very nice household, and you got good people in your home. You know, I grew up like in the streets. I really did. Some people go, "Oh, you grew up in Long Island, big deal." No, it's not like that. You know, my mom was very foul-mouthed, and the kids I grew up with were very foul-mouthed. So, you know, I grew up in a very gritty way, you know. I mean, I'm happy about that, but I have to work extra hard to be normal in society.
Right.
You know.
Right. I mean, not only stand up, but like all the YouTube videos and all the like different skits you got. Like, I know you haven't done the Fashion Masters thing in a while, but that's hilarious. Celebrity encounters, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, well, this is a weird question because you are kind of famous. You know what I mean? Like, you have millions of views, tons of people love you, but why aren't you like fucking Jim Carrey famous? Because I think you should be, man.
That's a great question, and I've been hearing that question for 30 years.
Yeah.
And you know what? My kids know what's up. You know, my kids are older and they grew up with this stuff. I never encouraged them to do stand up or any of that shit. And why am I not famous? I am in a lot of ways. A lot of people know me in the industry, in the business. You know, really good comedians like everybody, Gaffigan, David Tell, Jim Brewer, Joe Rogan. I'm not trying to drop names. It's just the time. Yeah. It's the Generation X time that we came from, and we were all coming up. We all had to follow each other at the comic strip, and you know what? You know, Rogan talks about me on his podcast and all that shit. I mean, he doesn't have to have me on. I don't really care. You know, I don't. When you know who you are, you know, you don't have to really look. Even when your brother was riding the BMX bike, your brother was a star. I mean, he was one of the game changers in BMX.
Right.
And you know what? I was with them all the way. But I wasn't the star, and I stayed in the background because I was in the background, and frankly, I didn't give a shit about that. So, you know, with being humble, and you know, that was like probably one of my earliest celebritydom type times where I was playing. I'm not gonna say second fiddle, but I was in the back seat of a stellar career for a BMX guy. And I was quite accepting about that. And that happens a lot. And you know, you have to think other ways that fame is not what it's about. You know, longevity is what it's about. It's being humble in a lot of ways. Because if you're not gonna be happy about, I don't know, you know, fame is one thing and success is another, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And success, satisfaction, you know, those are things of the heart, those are things of the spirit. And if you could sustain that, I'm still doing the same shit. I'm still riding the bike. I'm still doing stand up. I'm still working a day job. And you know what? All the guys that I've known, whether it's in BMX or stand up or whatever, or life, I'm basically still doing the same thing, and I'm still being successful at all my things. You know, my bike riding is, I'm not going to be a guy doing double flips, but you know, I was working on flips. I was doing flips a couple of years ago. I'm all about the sustaining part.
Right.
You know, I don't got to be famous. Fuck fame. Because fame, people who seek fame, they don't have any, their character is absorbed into look at me, showbiz bullshit. I'm not about that, man. No way. No way. Right. So who cares about the fame, you know?
That's commendable, man. It really is. But if you were to, I mean, you've been on NBC, you've been on Comedy Central, you've been on a lot of big things.
Yeah.
If someone were to turn around tomorrow and be like, George, we want you to do a show, would you drop everything and do it?
Well, I'd be suspicious. I'd be concerned about it. But you know what? Just to backtrack on the fame thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I got to tell you, you know, in the 30 years I'm doing stand-up or entertainment or whatever you want to call this nonsense, I go everywhere and people stop me. And the other night I was at a wake and we were having a conversation. The guy goes, wait a second. Were you in a video where you were telling people to shut the fuck up? And I said, yeah, that thing had 12 million views, even more worldwide. Right. You know, so you talk about fame. I'm a part of changing this culture, whether people like it or not. I am. I've had an impact in the comedy, in so many different areas, and my videos too. You know, my videos have you know, I created all these different series of videos, you know, whether it's Fashion Masters or it's Power Dump Chronicles or it's Celebrity Encounters. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of, you know, wacky things. The Asian Striped Invasion. I did that for a year, you know. I mean, so, you know, fame, who cares about fame? I create, I love life. I love working. I love working with the working man. And show business, fame and fortune is bullshit. It's fucking fluff. Unless you're a real man like Denzel Washington or something like that. I respect people like that, you know?
Sure.
Sorry, Mike.
Sorry about what?
Cutting you off.
You didn't cut me off. Do you watch comedy? Do you watch stand-up comedy?
Sometimes I do, you know, really occasionally I do. If I haven't done stand-up in a while and I just get inspired and reminds me of it activates my material and it activates my thinking and my take on it, and it activates it, but I can't copy other people's stuff. I know who I am.
Right.
And there's comedians out there who don't know who they are. And in fact, 9 out of 10 of these guys, they don't know who they are. So they just copy people, they copy their essence. They copy their essence, which is really disgusting.
Right.
And, you know, but I recently watched stand-up. In fact, that night that I saw you, I was watching a few guys because I needed to feel funny and I needed to be around, you know, like, I don't know, the comedy, you know, dude, I don't watch TV. And
right.
I know all the guys I watched. So, you know, I watched Brian Regan. I never saw any of his stuff. We worked together years and years ago in LA. And he was on my roster of acts. And he's so funny. He's such a great stand-up and a good guy. And I think I saw, who else did I watch? I don't know. It wasn't like too many. A little bit of Gaffigan. And that was it. And Gaffigan and I used to hang out years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, that, but, oh, yeah. And I was watching Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I was looking at all that old stuff, you know.
That's kind of the point I was going to get to, was that, like, you have your own style, obviously. I mean, like I said before, you're like 20 different people up there. And that's what makes it so funny, man. It's all those 20 people are like nothing, no other comedians out there. So that's why I was asking you, because I feel like you're one of those people who, it's just like a natural talent. Like, I don't even think you watch anything, and you definitely don't copy anything. But you don't watch something to get your material.
The 20 people enable me to tell a story. That's what it is.
Right.
They enable me to tell a story and set up an environment so that everyone's there. The black guy, the Asian guy, the stupid girl, the loud mother, the dumb father, you know, all these people, the old man, and they bring something to the story, and they can tell the story because everybody accepts those characters. People will accept. Like, if I did the old man on stage, it's like the guy who does the ventriloquist. The ventriloquist, hey, how you doing? Go fuck yourself. Hey. Like, and everyone laughs. But if I was saying that, everyone would be like, that guy's fucked up. I'm gonna go punch him. So when you do the old man who comes from another time, it's more acceptable to hear a lot of what he says, even though they're actually my thoughts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Like, who was that thing? Otto and George, right?
Otto and George, one of my very, very good close friends. Yeah.
There's a perfect example of using a vessel to say what you really want to say without actually saying it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's really awesome,
so
man.
Funny.
Now, I know the answer to this question, but how do you feel about it? Like, I always thought of comedy as like kind of nothing's off limits. You know what I mean? Like, you could say what you want. Like, it was the one art form that you could say something offensive, because that's how a lot of people deal with, you know, hard moments in their lives, with laughter. So how do you feel about comedy being safe these days, or as they say, canceled, you know, in a way? I mean, a lot of comedians are struggling out there because they feel like they can't be themselves. They can't do their act.
Well, number one, a lot of the ones that aren't being themselves to begin with. Mm-hmm. Because when you are I'm telling you the truth, man, when you're a convicted individual and you got things to say, then you're going to be borderline offending people. I offended people a couple of months ago in New Jersey at a beautiful resort, and I was breaking balls like I always do and always have. And they didn't like what I had to say, and then they turned against me, and then they wanted their money back from their resort room that they got in the hotel. So that was a lesson in the new age for me, in that I said, you were at the show. I opened up the show. I go, anybody who wants a refund you want money from me, or you want money from this venue. If you at all have an inkling you're going to do that, leave now.
Right.
You're not getting a refund. You're not getting shit. You're not getting, okay? So you take away that. So I joked around. I broke balls. I smacked people around. Dave Chappelle's done that. Don Rickles has done that. George Carlin's done that. Fucking Richard Pryor. Eddie Murphy's done it. And it was funny, 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 funny. I'm going to leave Dice out of it because there's just something pricky about him that it's just, it's so, but, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I don't care about it. And unless it's filthy and malicious, or filthy or malicious, one of the two, whether it's offensive. I mean, because, you could be reckless sometimes and say really stupid shit up there. And when you say stupid shit and it's reckless and you got malice in it, then that's not a good thing. But if you're saying funny stuff and it's like, you're just a sick fuck, then like, I'm not really concerned about that cancel culture shit. I'm not, because dude, I've been attacked on stage so many times throughout the years, and it makes for really good stories. It makes for good history and character, and I don't give a shit about this cancel culture shit, because in the end of the day, I still out in the streets break everyone's balls, and you know who the oversensitive people are, and you know who really is reactive. It's the females. They because their men are sitting with them and they don't do anything. I know how far I can go, and they do things. They'll make comments, they'll respond, they'll react because they like the impact of their reaction in this world. And this isn't me. This is true shit. And you know what? Anybody with a good head on their shoulders would say, I could see that, George. It's like, people who just kind of look at things a little objectively instead of right away going on the offense. It's like talking about women, period. Or it's like talking about, some type of whatever traditional stereotypes. Those stereotypes do what they do, and it's not bullshit. So, I mean, you can't do things in condescending. You just got to do a matter of fact. Right. I know it's a dragged out explanation, but anyway, as far as the cancel culture can go fuck itself.
Where do you think the line is drawn then?
Depends on the truth. Depends on the joke.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, you're not going to dictate to me and take money out of my pocket because you don't want to hear that. Leave the building.
Right.
Leave the building. Leave the store. Leave this whole thing. Now you have to punish me and take my money. No, you're not. So you got to fight back. Look, I'm not a passive comedian. I'm not a passive man. I'm a guy who, if I'm gonna have something, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna react, and I'm gonna be. My reaction is going to be very discerning, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm not going to be a victim to your antics and shit. You don't like my jokes, you don't like my comedy, you don't like my stereotype shit, whatever. Who cares? I don't give a shit. I don't care, because you know what?
I know that.
There's a market for me out there. You know what it's called? I'm not an emasculated man. I'm a man who's very direct. I'm a fucking man. That's it. So there's a market for me out there. And it's nice finding your masculinity, especially in this time and age. We're in a time where it's a time to be great. And you don't even have to try very hard. You just have to have a work ethic, not be a slob. You know how many slobs are out there? They don't know fashion. They put on like fucking tattoos on top of tattoos with pink dresses with a fat belly hanging over the belt. Like how easy it is to be great these days. Easier than ever. Easier than ever. Fucking brush your teeth, comb your hair. You're already halfway there. I'm halfway there. I'm not even being funny. That's a shame. I should be funny, but I'm not. I should be doing like, Bon Jovi. I don't know. Go ahead.
What is your problem with tattoos anyway?
You know what it is? It's not so much tattoos, because I mean, a sexy girl with tattoos, it's like anything in fashion. It's like anything in art. It's like anything in photography. Everything requires composition. So people who start wearing this shit, it's just overkill. It's overkill. Today's fashion is a fucking mess. It's just throw a little bit of this and a lot of bit of that, and there's no composition to it. Mm. And then you know what? The word class is nowhere to be found. Now they're like two different topics, but it's almost like you're not even classing it up anymore. Who are you? What are you? You're a fucking billboard of someone else's artwork? that you can't take off ever? You can't. What if you just go, what the fuck did I do? Like I want to see my skin again. Hey, look, I know what sexy is, man. I know when I see a sexy girl, you know, she can't be overweight and have fucking tattoos all over her. She can have a little bit of this, a little tattoo. It's all composition. I got, and plus you got to be in shape. You got to be in shape. Yeah, it's composition. It's a real simple thing. Like if my car had too much of something on it with whipped cream and dog shit smeared on it, you can be like, that car's fucked up. Well, you know what? I look at a lot of people and those are their choices. And I go, that's fucked up. I think it's gross. And then they think, oh, just because I could plop a little something on it, I'm okay, it's hip. No, it doesn't go like that. I'm not saying I wouldn't get it on with a sexy girl with tattoos. I mean, yeah, I have, but sometimes she's got weird shit like, like a fucking disgusting rancid spider on her foot, or whatever. And it's just like, that's not even sexy. It's not even like, what's the story? And plus she twitches, beautiful eyes though.
So it's more of a thing with girls with tattoos than anything.
No, I kind of always just, I shrug my shoulders at too much of anything. Too much of anything. Too much of a loud motorcycle going through and trying to have a conversation. Too much of anything. Because people don't know when to stop today. They don't know when to stop. They go, when's a little bit? I don't know, it's the lady who tans too much. The person who puts too many fucking tattoos on and fucking hooks in his mouth. And I mean, dude, like really, too much porno. I mean, like after a certain point, it's fucking too much. That's all I'm saying. Hey, if I had a little tattoo over here, whatever it was, well, first off, any girl who'd kind of want to get it on with me if I'm trying to attract a chick, I'd want to have nice looking arms in the first place, not throw a fucking tattoo on it that's going to be dated down the road, or a tattoo of a salt shaker or some bullshit nonsense. I'm sorry. Like you're paying $2,000 for a fucking sleeve to tell your story. Learn how to speak and tell your story. It's more effective than and then all of a sudden you start looking at these people. You go, you're staring at them. What the fuck are you looking at? I'm like, I'm trying to see what's all over your fucking arm. Is that okay? You invited me and now you don't want me looking? Right. I mean, come on. Get the fucking, it's society, culture, American culture especially, because it's entitled, is so confused. And I know people go, oh, George, you're such a political. I'm not political. I'm not registered as anything. I'm more of a cultural, social type of person that sees this fucking culture way out of whack. And I'm sorry, I know you have tattoos and stuff like that, and I don't give a shit.
I'm not offended.
You don't?
No,
I really don't. I have
tons of tattoos.
Yeah, and I don't look at you. I just look at you and your personality, and I don't judge anybody with tattoos. I mean, at a certain point, I could see when it's way too fucking much. Like I saw this girl with these nails. She lives here on Long Island somewhere. These ridiculous nails, and like, how do you wipe your ass? What is the point of that? What's the fucking point of that? I don't care. Go do what you want. I had a really bad temper when I was a young guy, like 22, 23, and it's a dirty feeling. But so many people have that condition right now, and they're older, and nothing's evolved. Like at least try and evolve. I've tried to evolve. I mean, but I don't care. It's not about me. I like to get along with everybody, but I don't like these people who, it's like a kid. They got this look, that they got all these kits. And usually inside that person is somebody I don't even want to fucking hang out with anyway, believes in fucked up delusional nonsense. You're not even dealing with the fucking real deck, sweetheart. You're not, but I look straight at the person. If the person is a delusional sick fuck, then it's a problem, like mostly young people though, mostly, that 20 to 30. There's a lot of good people out there too, but there's a lot of these shitbags that are out there too.
Yeah,
you're a good guy. You're a good person. You really are, despite all that shit on your arms. Yeah. You really are. You are. You're a good guy.
This too. What's smoking? It's fucking disgusting.
And you smoke.
I'm gonna have one right now.
All right. Oh, you smoke menthols?
Yeah.
That's good. You don't have to brush your teeth. That's good.
Yeah.
But no, and don't think like I don't judge anybody. I swear, I really don't. Because you know what it is, man? The bottom line is I'm not the boss. God's the boss. God the Father, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, all that. You know, God's the boss. I'm not. So, you know, that's who I kind of have to, you know, deal with. Those are my parameters. I fail all the time, but I don't judge people. I just, like I said, you're driving a motorcycle, you walk in, you're farting, you know what I mean? It's too much. You know, it is, you know what I mean? Like it's like me at my worst walking around. It's intentionally a douchebag, you know. You know, I'm trying to have a conversation, a beautiful front lawn, and you come through with your fucking motorcycles, you know, or whatever. You know, it's stupid shit.
Yeah, no, I get it. Anyway. You have issues with
I have issues.
Yeah. That's it. At the end of the sentence. You have issues. No. You have issues with people who wear uniforms for certain things. Like
where do you get this shit?
I get this shit from watching your videos. You did a fucking half an hour talk outside of a Dunkin' Donuts about somebody wearing fucking spandex to ride their bike.
I'm such an asshole, but I'm right.
And I watched the whole thing.
Well, I like uniforms, but you're such a dick. To get the whole gear on to go ride a bicycle, I think is fucking stupid. And you know, my cousin, he's from Italy, and he goes and does. He rides the bikes and he puts on the tight shorts and he puts on. I'm like, you gotta do all that to go ride a fucking bike? He goes, oh, mamma mia, you just rode to fucking Southampton. I said, yeah, I got on my bike with a pair of cargo shorts and a pair of BMX gloves, and I rode 15 miles in 2 hours or something. No, 30 miles in a couple hours. And he's like, yeah, but you know, you'll be good if you got a real bike. I go, dude, just shut the fuck up. This is so dumb. Just dumb.
I saw you that day. You were remember I texted you? You were like, you're on Portion Road. And you were like doing fucking bar spins in the middle of the road or something. And I was like, I think that's George as I was driving by.
Dude, I did a bar hop down Portion Road. I rode on the handlebars. Yeah. I rode down on the 29-inch bike. You know, it's fun, man. It's exhilarating. And again, it's just all I want to do is feel like I'm 16 again. Not like, you know, I don't need attention. I really don't. That's why I don't give a fuck about stand-up. I don't care about the internet. I don't care about the internet personalities. You know, my page has been quiet. You know, I put my head down and work and making money doing the real thing. These internet personalities, again, the culture is delusional. It's delusional. You know, these chicks from all over the place, from South America, taking their clothes off, and my friends always inbox me, so I take a look, and then, you know, I look at them like, all right, cool, she's pretty sexy, you know, but it's like, is that what you do? Like, you're an internet personality? You have no fucking skills? No skills, dude, huh?
Right.
Like, just, I had 100,000 followers on Facebook a couple of years ago, and Facebook, I got hacked, but Facebook said it wasn't hacked. No, Facebook said it was hacked, but they wouldn't give me my page back. And I didn't ask for it. They just found me, you know? So, but I still did comedy stuff. I did funny videos. I still do funny videos when I get a chance. But anyway, I don't want to get off the beaten path.
Yeah. Listen, no, I totally get what you're saying. And I'm not a political guy at all. And I know you're not either in a way, but like, as long as someone isn't purposely spewing, you know, hatred, I don't see, no one should be censored on either side of.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, nobody should be censored. It's all wrong, man.
I mean, unless you're going on there saying like, I hate blank so and so. You should be able to say what you want to say. You know.
You know that guy that
I don't have to agree with it, but I don't have to look at it either.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all hateful bullshit. That, I mean, you didn't have to undo my page like I'm a mogul of hatred. I mean, who are these people making these decisions, you know? But at the same time, it's like as if I went to your podcast and I said whatever I said, you have the right to throw me out. It's your domain. Same with Facebook and with Instagram. You know, it's like a driver's license. It's just a privilege. That's all it is. You play the game. That's all. I don't even bother. I don't go on there. I got friends who go up there and they do all these rants. I was doing rants because I was genuinely annoyed and pissed, and I know thousands of people could relate. Every time I made a video, a live, I got 40,000 views. And it was too much bad stuff, and I was reacting, and people really enjoyed me reacting because, you know, my reactions and my outbursts, they're very intricate, and people just love the emotion and they love the passion of it all. But then I realized, I go, what's this solving? It's not solving fucking anything.
Right.
It's not. So eventually, you know, I slowed down on the videos. I did a couple of videos last year, and then I was like, let's go make some fucking money. I want to buy a boat. I got a motorcycle I'm getting. And when I'm ready to go back to it, I'll have $1 million in my pocket, maybe $500,000. And then I'll start producing stuff again. Right now, it's just time to work hard. I worked all last year too. All last year. Very blessed to be working. Love it. I love working and making good money instead of this horse shit. Look at me.
You know, that's the thing too. It's like that's why you asked me before, is this live? I don't do it live because I want to keep my shit. I worked hard for it. You know what I mean? So certain things I have to cut out, but it's just kind of the way it goes, you know? Otherwise I lose my shit and I don't get it back.
Yeah. I'm pretty careful. I mean, I know this is probably a very boring interview for you because people must go, he's not a comedian. He's too serious, this guy. But I get it. But what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a joke every 5 minutes, and then my point is just diluted. I mean, you know.
No, listen. First of all, this isn't boring. I invited you on here to talk. I didn't invite you on here to be like, dance, monkey, dance. But we're gonna get to some funny shit though. I got some stuff coming up.
All right.
Oh, before I forget, Mom G says, get your ass over to the house.
Yeah.
Bring the fucking pizzas. Let's do it.
She didn't say bring the fucking pizzas.
No, she didn't say that. But I can show you the text. She said, tell George to get his ass over here.
She's the nicest. I gotta tell you, man. All my friends' moms are so nice.
Yeah,
they really are. My mom's just like, hey, motherfuckers. I'm like, oh boy. You know, you got to be careful with my family.
Do you think that you looked for that quality in people you hung out with, like a good mom?
You know what I mean? I you know, your mom, Ron Coleman's mom, my friend Terry's mom. I mean, just all very sweet, wonderful ladies. And you know, I just, man, I was always amazed by that. And I could just, you know, enjoy that. I mean, my mom's a lot of fun. She really is. But sometimes it's like a radiator that's running out of water and it starts to get hot. You know, like it's just, I know when it's going to get crazy and I'm like, time to go, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I would tell her that. I mean, that's just the way I am. I don't, you know, it's just too much craziness.
Yeah.
But, you know, these women, I love these older, stable, sweet ladies that, you know, they're just really good people.
Absolutely. Now,
your dad is the silent but deadly guy.
Oh, forget it.
He's got the smile in his eyes. George. And he just says that, he goes slowly, George, what did I tell you? And I'm like,
yeah.
He shows up. Everyone's like, he doesn't have to say anything. I
definitely
that guy.
Definitely, man. Listen, let me tell you something. When he tells me something, my ears I listen. You know what I mean? There's no like, you don't know what you're talking about. I listen and I you know what I'm saying?
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, I don't say that. I know that. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. It just sounds like it wouldn't go. But that's not really you either, though. I don't think you're like that. Are you a little bit of a prick on the side, Michael?
I could be a prick.
Yeah,
that could be
like a little obnoxious,
but just like funny, jokey prick, not like a, you know.
Yeah, you're not obnoxious.
It's not malicious. Nothing malicious.
Let me tell you something. When I have a girl, ever since I was
oh Jesus,
when I was married, that was not a good scene. We, you know, she pushed too many barriers and it just didn't work with me. And I was very reactive. She didn't have a lot of the qualities I needed in a woman. And I think that are important in a woman. And then after that, every relationship I had was very peaceful for 14 years. Every relationship, and they were very respectful. There was never any yelling or screaming, or sometimes it was psychoness, but those were psychos. Those were genuinely psychos. And it's very interesting. This is a whole nother conversation about people who see what they want to see. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. And also, I think it's, you know, you saw what you didn't want, right? So you look for those. You look for almost the opposite qualities in relationships further down the road.
Consciously, you do. Consciously, you desire them, but unconsciously, sometimes you step into the same shit again.
Right.
It's a very strange thing. So you don't even know anything about that shit, do you? You're like a kid. How do you didn't even get to live?
I'm 40 fucking years old.
Oh, are you really? Oh, you really?
Yes. I mean, I know you knew me since I was like, fucking 3 feet tall, but
you were precious.
Nobody's perfect. There's fights, there's, shit like that, but she's worth fighting for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's nice. That really is nice. I don't get into fights. I don't get into fights with people. I don't get into fights. I don't get into fights with girlfriends and shit.
Speaking of fights, this is off topic a little bit, but do you get into fights like when you're doing shows?
Everything has been. Wait, dude, everything's off topic here. What are we on topic about? There's nothing.
Oh yeah, no, this is the Hell Fucking Yeah podcast, man. You just we talk like we just met at like the bar and we're hanging out. There's no formula. There's no.
Yeah, so we're not even off topic, but actually we're going to do a topic change. So do I get into fights? Have I gotten into fights because my videos appear to be very confrontational?
Yeah, right? And your comedy and your stand-up.
I haven't gotten into real fights, but I have helped other people, so I've jumped into a fight to help other people so they don't get killed. But I have never provoked a fight because... I'm very fortunate that there is a presence with me, and my intensity also. The presence of the Holy Spirit has protected me, and I'm a very intense guy, and I will challenge anybody. And that's it. I've been in a lot of challenging. You see all my videos. There's so many videos that are just like challenging.
I'm not
trying to challenge anyone.
I'm not asking you if you're provoking fights. I'm asking you if, because of what you're doing, either verbally on stage or physically in the streets of New York City, has anyone took a swing at you?
Attacked? Yeah. They've absolutely attacked me. Sure.
Yeah.
It's I've been attacked many times throughout the years on stage, and when I named this tour that I did I brought Terry around. I called it the Road Rage Comedy Tour.
Yeah.
Because Terry has a lot of road rage, and I do too. But I don't even give a fuck anymore about the road. Everyone's dumb to me. So if you're in a sea of dummies, do road rage. It was a lot of, but I diffuse it though. You know what I mean? So they attack me, and but the thing is, I always win. Not because I'm sneaky or I'm doing it. I win because I make people realize how stupid they are. And you know what? Even if I'm a smart mouth, I'm going to be really direct, and I don't have any fear. I don't have any fear.
Well, that's for sure, man.
I really don't. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't like how a manager that coined me as the fearless comedian. I didn't like that. That was just too gimmicky,
Right.
I that's why I don't like show business. I just don't like it,
Right.
It's got too much bullshit attached to it. But there's been fights. There actually one fight when I was really young. I was heading to the city, the Carolines, to do a show, and I got into road rage with this guy. I was about 24, maybe 25 years old, and he forced me to the side of the road in Queens, right by Casino Boulevard. I was going to Caroline's, and this guy got out of his car and he fucking attacked me, and I rolled up my window, and his hands were in my car, and I just dragged him for about 30 feet. Then I opened, and he ripped my shirt. So I had to go buy an I Love New York shirt and fucking wear it on stage. It was so stupid. I was like dressed like a tourist and ruined my fucking shirt. I don't even know. But that's road rage, and people are so much more hateful when they don't look eye to eye, When in the envelope of the car, people aren't. They're all confident in everything. But out in the real world, what do they do? They open up doors for each other constantly. How the excessive amount of courtesy at the door of a store is the biggest bullshit overcompensatory behavior I've ever seen. People opening up doors, not opening up doors enough for other people. Here you go. You got it. How about you? Opening up fucking doors, and meanwhile they get out in the parking lot, even in the parking lot of a church, and they start cursing each other. Anthony just said, "Praise God." Like I guess it's Long Island is really what it is,
Yeah, I mean, everyone here is on edge, man. Everyone.
Yeah.
I have that thing. Like, I hold the door for people. I do that. I don't make a fucking big ordeal out of it. But what really pisses me off is when they don't say thank you. Like, what the fuck? I'm standing here waiting for your ass to walk across the parking lot. I could already got my fucking Slurpee. You know what I mean?
It's that's true, and that's why I use a lot of my voices, because my voices they bring out the hateful shit. Like, yeah, hey, you didn't like that door? You like that door open? Huh? Yeah, you do, don't you? Not getting it next time.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't waste my time. You know, I just don't, and it comes out on the way I make videos. You know, it was a texting video I made. And it got on the original site, it got 300,000 views, and I was text cop. I had a bullhorn, and I was telling people to stop texting while they were walking in the city. It was actually really funny and really well done, and it was just a thought, because I hate people texting on the sidewalks in the city. That's it. Just, you know,
dude.
It's just my ideas. They just jump out because of disdain. You know.
Not only am I a friend for many years, but I'm a fan. Like, all this stuff you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched all your shit.
I gotta compile it, man.
Some of my favorites, well, anything that has to do with Starbucks. You're at Starbucks right now. Anything that has to do with Starbucks, I fucking love. That one where you go under the table is probably my favorite video. I'm putting it on. I'm gonna attach it to the end of this. So if anyone is listening to the podcast and you're not watching it on YouTube, go to the YouTube video and watch it, because
that video might be a little long. You know what it is, though? You got to realize that's like tailored after old style comedy. That's that thing. It's like silent movie type stuff. And not everybody's going to appreciate that, because a lot of people do. And then short attention span people, they don't. And, you know, it depends on in the context, what platform it's on, you know, or who's watching it. 30 over, you know, 25 over.
I don't think it's too long. I think it's just the right amount. I think it's too short.
Dude, I love doing videos like that. I had one video that just never ever did well, and it was me. I walked across the street, and then I dropped the cup filled with water, and it rolled, and the wind kept on blowing it, and kept on blowing. I kept on walking like my back was hurting, and I walked, and the thing rolled right to the camera, and then it got to the camera, and a lady pulled out of a car. She walked up and picked it up for me and gave it to me, and then walked away. The video never did well, but I still think, in my opinion, it's one of the fucking best videos.
Yeah.
And the Power Dump Chronicles is makes me personally laugh.
Yeah.
But it's all because the picture's old. It doesn't work with the algorithms of the platforms, and it doesn't. It's a very weird thing how they have set up, and I know, because whether it's the graininess or the resolution, doesn't communicate well. So,
yeah.
Dude, my life has been a career of doing fucked up shit. It really has been.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my
making videos before there was internet.
You have been.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Sunrise Highway with the wheelchair.
Oh, that was 1988.
That was 30 years before Jackass. You know.
It was a few years before Jackass. Yeah. People called me about it, and Ron Coleman I had a whole bunch of those videos, crossing a wheelchair, crossing the expressway in a wheelchair, falling over, standing like a mannequin in the window, throwing up in a bag, and people, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of weird shit. And going up the escalator, hanging off of it, you know, in 89, 90, stealing my own bike, like in the camera, a big VHS camera was in a plastic bag, and I got fucking attacked, and everyone's fucking laughing. You know, they're like, we're filming the whole thing. You know, that's 1989, dude, you know, and I wasn't even doing stand-up. There was no internet. My friend Ron would take the tape, duplicate it, and sell tickets over at Buffalo University. He'd make like $3,000. He's like, hey, I made $3,000 off you last weekend. I'm like, what? It's a story of my life, dude. Everyone's always making money off me, you know?
Wow. So
fucked up.
It is fucked up, man. You know, another one of my favorites is Black Friday, when you're at the mall.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic, man.
That is funny. That is very funny.
But let's get back to Starbucks. When you're in the streets of Manhattan a lot, and you interview people on the sidewalk and use a fucking Starbucks cake pop.
Right.
I find that one so funny because
Accidental Eyewitness News was the first one I started doing that with. I needed a microphone to talk to people, and there's a Starbucks in every corner, so I buy a microphone. I ask questions. Hey, how you doing in the car accident? Did you go through the windshield? And people are like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because in the videos it reads as they're just talking into it like it's an actual microphone. So it reads
I have to distract them. I have to be bigger than the prop.
Right.
Because you know what it is? If I make the prop the joke, then I have to let them focus on it. I let my interaction and my jokes be the joke, and then the cake pop is just incidental.
Right.
If I sucked, I would be, it would be all about the cake pop if I didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
So I do it because I need a microphone cadence of a microphone, and I do it also. It breaks the ice a little bit,
Yeah. It's just funny how many people talk into it. Like they lean into it.
Did you see that one where the cake pop actually fell off onto the floor? Yeah. When I was doing a story on that guy who turned the doorknobs.
Yeah.
Doorknob turner, Chris Turner. That was so fucking funny.
Oh my God. I remember that guy. That was the guy who worked at Shake Shack, right? By the Smith Haven Mall.
Yeah.
And he was just turning people's doorknobs to see if the doors were open. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to share my screen real quick because Large Ray said hello.
Oh, I love him.
And,
God, I love him.
And
he's so fucking, he's just such a funny, wonderful, center point of a person. Everybody knows he's the hub of just loosening up BMX, he's so important.
He's fucking awesome. I'm actually having another one with him on Tuesday. We do like one a month pretty much. Large Ray shot this one. Master cinematographer.
At least he shot it in landscape, it looks like. Yeah.
Going up the fucking escalator. I mean,
look at that.
Nobody's even looking at you on the escalator.
Yeah. Scary, isn't it?
How the fuck did you get? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You're nuts, man.
No, I see challenges. I like physical comedy,
You're nuts. So I
used that in a video recently, and I indicated that's how I do social distancing on an escalator.
Yeah. I picked out something. You do the fabricated Starbucks names. Like when Starbucks,
I used to really enjoy that.
When you go in, that's what you do. You say whatever name you want, and they put it on the cup.
Oh, a lot of filthy names though. A lot of filthy names.
But I picked out a few of my favorites, so I'm just gonna, if you don't mind.
No shit, you found them.
Pick some out, yeah. IUD.
That's right. Dude, you're crazy. You found this shit.
Yeah, I found it, man.
I did this all over the country. This is
herpes. So now you gotta wait. Like, yeah, right. It's a funny name, but you got to think about you're going into Starbucks and you're saying this, and they're fucking writing it. Did they ever?
Well, here's how it goes. This whole thing's calculated. The whole thing in itself is its own piece. This is just the end product.
Right.
To get there, I have to go. Hello, I'd like to order a drink. Okay, name for the cup. Herpes. My name is Herpes. It's Spanish. Herpes.
Okay, so you use different voices. I gotcha.
Yes, of course.
Wow. So, and then you spell it out.
Yeah, Herpes. Well, I spell it out and I get them to type what I tell them. So I could tell them to type cunt, and they'll type cunt.
Right.
Which I think I did get them to do actually.
You did. This one. This one is a Fuckowski. FUCKOWSKI. So what's your voice for this one?
I say just put my last name, Fukowski, and then they go, okay, I'll spell it for you. I know it's difficult, and then I start spelling it. I go F-U-C. But you know what? When you hear the beginning, that jingle sounds so familiar in my life. F-U-C, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you have to speed through the letters. You have to go F-U.
Right.
C-K-O-W. Right.
Yeah.
See. There's a whole finesse to it, dude.
Oh shit, man. That's amazing. I don't even know what this one says. That's what I wanted to ask you.
What's it say?
CUCHAKOKOV.
Oh, cut your cock off.
Oh. I tried that. It was like a license plate before. I'm like, Kucha, Kako. I couldn't. Yeah.
Well, I have to do that with a Russian accent. So I do cut your cock off, please. I forgot all about these, man. Good work.
Oh, man. Oh, this one's just straight to the point. Motherfucker. MUTHAFUCKA.
Oh, yeah. I have to pronounce it differently. I go,
yeah.
Mother. I have to do an accent because it's innocent, you know? I go, Mutterfucker. And they go, oh, could you please? I'll spell it for you. Okay. And I go, how much are these? MUT. They're like, $3. HER. Okay. And,
yeah, no, I get you. You distract them.
Yep.
Oh, man. This is my favorite.
So
I saved the best for last. This is my favorite one. This is Dr. Cuntropolis. Doctor, like period. CUNTROPOLIS.
Well, I have to act like a doctor. And okay, doctor, what's your last name? I'll give it to you, Cuntropolis. And I'm Greek.
Oh my God, man. That's fucking
me and
great.
Your brother, the times me and Joe had, oh my God, I can't even tell you. You and my brother, your brother and me, I mean, just laughed. I mean, that's all we did. Your brother's a sick guy. Your brother's, when he's not in his own head, no, actually, I can't say that. He's just funny. People would say, I swear to God, people would ask me, oh, who do you think's funny? I'm like, Joe Gruttola is the funniest guy I know. Like, he's funnier than me. I'm just funny because I'm just trying to communicate my own way. He's just philosophically fucked up. Like, he's always. Yeah. Always.
Absolutely. You nailed that 100%.
Funny. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I know good comedy. And when he and I get together, oh my God. Like, it's just, oh my God. Everything about him is just funny.
Yeah.
But you can't laugh because sometimes you can't laugh because you don't want to encourage him because he does come out with some crazy shit.
Are you doing any upcoming shows or anything like that?
Yeah. All I'm doing lately, 2021 has been an awesome year, and someone texted me. And I decided to do this year. Always the goal when I had Terry with me was I told him every year, we're doing this year different than next year. We're doing this year different than last year. Right. So this year has been very different and specific that I set up very nice, high-paying shows instead of diluting myself in a lot of bullshit things. And, and they're good shows, the stuff that I set up. I got 2 shows that I'm doing upstate in the town of Sprakers and one in Roscoe. So I got a show each night. And I got Tony Landolfi with me and another guy from up there. I don't expect anyone to go because those places, they'll do well unto themselves. Big important show, though, that I don't know if anyone's going to show up, but I'm trying to push it, is comedian Bob Nelson has colon cancer. And I set up a fundraiser for him at Governor's on July 22nd. I'm not going to be on the show, but I put the show together with some old-time comedians. They're not like old guys, but they're Long Island legends. And I hate to say the word legend, such a stupid fucking word. Everybody overuses it. You know what I mean? Everybody overuses everything. Like, oh man, it's brilliant. Like I say brilliant sparingly, talent sparingly, legend sparingly. These people use these words. That's what I mean. They overuse fashion. They overuse words. Everything's diluted. There's no reverence in anything anymore.
Right.
I know I sound like a fucking old guy, but you know what? I'm an elder statesman at this point.
Jess and I talk about it all the time. The use of the word icon is used way too freely. Someone who came out last year with a record is not a fucking icon. You got to be around.
Most people that came out with a record last year have no fucking talent. Yeah. And
there's good music out there. You got to find it, but I know what you're saying.
There is, and they're not in the forefront. These guys, They don't know how to produce and write notes, melodies, harmonies. They just write fucking garbage. Like they all sound like the same. They got these Mr. Spock haircuts with the fade on the bottom. It's just so terrible. They don't play any instruments. They suck. They suck.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're arrogant. Like they're like good.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when you hear somebody like Mutt Lange produce a record with all the composition and all the nuance, not overusing a riff or a melody, brilliant composition. That's what I'm saying. It's composing composition. It's composite. That's why these internet stars, they suck. They're not even funny. They don't even have a heart. They're so arrogant because they're filled with attention and pride. Mm. It's terrible. They don't know comedy. They don't know comedy. They don't know timing. It's all about shoot the video. I'll jump out of a fucking window and I'll fall on a fucking couch like Chris Farley, or like
right.
Yeah, So anyway, the Bob Nelson thing is important. On July 22nd, we got acts there. It's basically to help him out, to raise money, so he can get through this really bad time in his life. So I thought of it. I said, how come nobody's helping this guy? And actually, really, I want to do more of this kind of stuff and help people, because doing stuff for my own edification is just bullshit. When you help people, that touches the core, the fabric of humanity. And like, I can do something and I won't show it, but I'm choking up, because I have a list of people on my phone that I'm like trying to help through tough times. And when you do this kind of stuff for people, you can't fear anything in this world after that. You can't, because you're walking with what's good. And when you walk with what's good, fuck everything that's bad in this world. It means nothing. Yeah. And it's another point on how to be great these days. How to be great. Do more for other people than yourself.
Yeah. I agree 100%. And that's really what I try to do. Like, I love helping people. I really do. If anybody needs anything, I'll give you my shirt off my back, man. That's the kind of person I am. And I like to do this. I like talking to people from every different plateau of life, just to like hear what they have to say, And like, I bring up little things, like, for instance, bringing up the coffee cups, like, that made you laugh, right? You forgot about that. And then you start thinking about it, and like, it inspires you to like get back into it. Like, that shit happens on this show a lot. Like,
yeah, I've been so busy, Mike. I can't even be inspired by anything right now. Like,
It's a nice sentiment, but yeah, go fuck yourself.
I hear all the things, my past and all my funny stuff is an echo, and it's like a shell, I'm there. It's like the supermodel who just kind of hung it up for a little while, and you're like, wow, she's wasting all that tits and ass. But it's like, I gotta get busy this year, man. I've wasted too much fucking time doing showbiz antics, doing tours, doing this, I did a big tour in the South a few years ago, which was one of the best things I ever did in my life. It was 2017. I toured the whole South, and big tours, not like, we got in a car and we got into planes, played 5,000 places, 5,000 seaters. And that was a beautiful tour with the Southern Mama group. It was fun. And they were Southern guys. The South is funny, because like, I can go down there and do well. They can't come up here and do well. It just doesn't work, know?
Right.
They like the fucking scumbag Yankee that I am. And they like that. They're like, oh man, you're fucking crazy. And then they booed me at one point because I was a Yankee. I go, don't boo me. I'm not the motherfucker trying to take away your Second Amendment. Whoa, motherfucker. And then they were like, that's right. I go, now shut the fuck up. You gotta be, you know what, man? You know what inspires me? The quickness of a female. Because with a woman, I was taught by my mom, I was taught by my aunt. That's why, like, I'll bring up stuff. And when a woman gets in my face, I was taught by women. So I'm going to be I'm not going to take your fucking shit. When I'm speaking, I have no gender. I'm either a man or I have no gender. It's decency of humanity and being an adult. And I got news for you. Don't fucking pull that shit here. And there's going to be other people too who are very nice. The Chinese, they don't bother anybody. They don't. The Chinese never bother them. They don't. Chinese don't bother anybody. They're just, they're nice people. The Asians, I got no issues with them. Yeah. It's just arrogance. Arrogance is in certain pockets.
Yep. No, I get it, man. You know what? This is going to be really fun to edit tomorrow.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Not fun. I know someone's gonna be like, George is like Archie fucking Bunker. Let's get the fuck out of here. Well, George, we're gonna have to redo that episode. We only got 3 minutes out of it. I interact. Like, dude, I don't live a sheltered life. Dude, I was for a long time on the buses, on the trains, all through COVID. I've been on buses with a lot of undesirable, poor people for a long time. And you know what? I see humanity at its rawest. Raw. On the trains, on the subways, on the fucking buses. I saw some psycho doing a puppet show. I saw a little lady drinking fucking a pint of scotch. I mean, it's screaming at the bus driver. The whole COVID time was, dude, if anybody walked a fucking mile in my shoes in 2020, they'd hang themselves. In 2018, 19, and 20, I didn't have it easy, dude. Did not. They would have said, I'm gonna fucking I walk 6 miles a day back and forth to work, man.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like up hills both ways and in the snow in June, No, but that experience, dude, I'll tell you right now, changes a man. All that changes a man.
Sure.
And when you there's more value to life when you realize that even just something as simple as a car is so valuable, and a pair of shoes. I don't know anybody who went through that same shit as I did. And I was lucky, man. I was lucky. I made it, and I worked day and night. Like right now, I should be working, but I'm shooting shit with you.
Yeah.
And getting all my shit fucking edited.
Oh man, I'm honestly excited to put this out. Ray's like,
yeah, oh sure you are.
Oh, I really am, man. I really am. I enjoyed listening to you, and I hope you had a good time, man.
I had a great time.
You got some shit out.
Yeah, well, I don't like talking about me. I do like talking about the other people and the things that matter. I mean, I would love to do it again. It's just sometimes it's like we're acclimating, we're getting started. So there's a lot of things to talk about. I didn't even get a chance to be funny, and I'm not like this on stage. You know that.
No, you're completely different. Yeah, completely different.
Yeah,
but like I said, I wasn't expecting you to come in here and be like, I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's terrible. I
just wanted you to be you, and that's what you are. And that's
Thanks. I love you and your family. You know that, and
love you too, man.
And your family was very important to me growing up. Your mom and your dad. You guys had the nuclear family structure that I really appreciated. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you're more than welcome over anytime. So let's set up a date for that soon.
Yeah, that'll happen real soon. I got a lot of, I'm finishing up projects, a lot of architectural surveying projects. I'm always stepping into shit with all kinds of people. I got to get a drone license. I got to get, I want to jump out of a plane. I got to get a motorcycle next month. I got to get that license. I got all this wacky shit going on. But you know what, man? That's why I'm working my ass off. This way I can
do what you want to do.
I can fucking do all the things that I always wanted to do.
Right.
And that's it, And I have a little podcast studio too I could do. Yours looks great though. I really like it.
Thank you.
I don't want to burn you out because I know it's been a while. So, you probably got to get inside and eat dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah. Have a cake pop
you
on
do?
me, all right? I do actually. Yeah, I have to go inside and eat dinner. You fucking nailed it.
It was Jessica like, talking to that fucking loser again? How many times I gotta tell you to stop talking to these fucking losers that you talk to?
Absolutely not. Get
a job, will you?
She would never say that.
And that's it, my man. Go have dinner enjoy your beautiful wife and your beautiful life. And I'll catch up to you. Call me anytime. And, you know, I really enjoyed this time with you.
All right, George. Same here, man. Thank you so much.
I'll catch up to you soon, brother. Okay.
Peace, George. Love you, man.
All right. Love you too.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
I can't because I have to clean up this mess in front of my lawn. You could never put me in my home. You could never put me in my home. But she's not about that life. And I'm about that life.
Hell fucking yeah! It's the Hell Fucking Yeah podcast.